There are so many false light leaders and less than loving, intentional mentors out there in the online space today. Hello, my name is Avery Lane. I am a soul activator, a ascension mentor, and global thought leader. And my mission and purpose is to bring you pure truth, support, and guidance inside of your own unique experience and journey as you're walking through your ascension and elevated levels of consciousness in today's age. My intention for this interaction today is to just bring light and awareness to when you are moving through your ascension journey and your spiritual awakening journey. It can feel really different. It can be confusing at times, and you're not alone. There are so many spaces and ways out there for you to receive support. But most importantly, what I want you to know is how to have discernment and use your intuition when it comes to receiving support for your highest and best good. Inside of my own experience, I didn't have the muscles trained to know what discernment felt like and to know how to use my intuition when it came to choosing the containers, mentors, and spaces in which I desired to receive support in. And that's why I'm so strongly passionate about my mission and holding space and leading you into your own sovereignty, into your own unique light codes so that you can step into the next level, the next layer of mastering your ascension journey. Through an experience of my own, I was super excited to go through my spiritual awakening that occurred back in 2016 after a massive car accident, a rollover car accident. My spiritual awakening kind of just burst wide open from there. Throughout my life, I've had smaller awakenings or nudges, or knew that there was so much more than patriarchal religious structures, right? I knew that there was so much more. I was expanded into so much more light, love, and divinity through my heart center, which I connect to as Christ consciousness. So if people were to ask me, what do I believe in today? I am spiritually enlightened with the foundation of a Christ conscious, loving heart center. So as I lead and as I move through life, each and every individual's experience and journeys are so incredibly unique that they're meant to shine in their own ways. And there's no such thing as competition or comparison or feeling threatened or feeling minimized inside of our own journeys. And when we lead each other through these journeys, making sure that it comes from that place of unconditional love and compassion with no such thing as comparison or competition. So in 2016, I was going through my massive spiritual awakening. And things were just shifting so rapidly that I couldn't keep up. I had no idea what was going on. It was kind of scary, but really more so, it was really confusing. And I knew that I needed to find support and guidance so that I could step into my confident and empowered self through healing and ascending through my soul. This was not the case. I did not receive supportive containers. Though in the beginning, they may have been supported, they may have been pure and intentional. As time went on, more and more red flags arose. And those red flags were my gifts that were coming online, that my soul were saying, yes, 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 this is it. We're being told, no, 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 you're not doing it right. And suppressing those gifts so that I had even more confusion. I had no idea what was right and what was wrong. And I didn't know how to use my discernment at that point in time. But I did know as my intuition came on what it sounded like, what that voice of my intuitive self wanted me to know, and how it wanted me to move through those connections. And so, what I want to come and talk about with you today inside of this small segment or in a deeper space, we can connect in one-on-one mentorship containers. I want you to begin to learn what your intuitive voice sounds like and what discernment sounds like. So whether it's investing inside of yourself and your spiritual journey with me or with any other individual, you know what's right for you and you know where the support for your highest and best good is going to come from. So let's talk about intuition. When we talk about intuition, we all know it's that gut feeling, right? It's that instinct of, I want to do this, right? I know this is for me. But what I want you to do is when you have that gut instinct and that gut feeling, I want you to sit back and breathe into it. And I actually want you to ask yourself, is this excitement or is this intuition? Because when we're trying to better ourselves and we're trying to create new understandings, there is a huge element of excitement that comes in, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to know that when the element of excitement comes in, we need to be able to understand if we are going to be held and supported in a safe and lightly loving space, or if it might take us off track from where our soul wants us to go. So when that excitement comes in for you wanting to step in to a new space, to a new journey, to a new experience, you might get the immediate yes and trust that yes. And you might get the immediate excitement, but I don't know. And I want you, when you have that immediate excitement, but I don't know, I want you to breathe into it. And the question I always have anyone answer is, soul, will this experience expand me or contract me? And let your soul answer. You'll get the answer. Your soul is never going to lead you wrong. You're always going to get the right answer. If you can breathe, send to yourself and ask yourself, soul, is this going to expand me or contract me? This experience, this opportunity. And this is how you start to build and create that relationship with your intuitive soul self. I want you to try this the next time that you are presented with an invite, an offer, an opportunity, and see if you have that excitement in it. And also ask yourself, soul, is this opportunity, this invite, this offer going to expand me if I step into this or contract me? And if you feel a little bit of fear around it, going even deeper, is this my soul's fear or is this my protective ego's fear? Right? So we're gonna if we jump into a space together, we will dive way deeper into deciphering who is talking, who is showing up, what aspect of you is front and center stage, and who and how to help become and bring your soul front and center stage. So you have these clear answers in a matter of seconds, right? Within that, I also want you to take away really quickly, start understanding and feeling what discernment feels like in your body. So when we talk about discernment, it's being able to make a decision and clearly decipher who is talking, who is making that decision. A lot of my programs and spaces, we talk about the 4 main aspects of self. There are so many different facets and aspects of ourself, but the 4 main ones, our foundational ones that we always go over, that we always start building a relationship with first is our inner child, our soul, our ego, and our higher self. So we get to start discerning who's talking, who's showing up, who's giving us these answers. And we get to have that conversation so that we can take those aspects of ourselves and make sure that they're whole, healed, and integrated back into self. Okay. So when we feel and we think about discernment, I want you to feel what discernment feels like inside of your vessel, inside of your body. When you feel discernment, this is another way, another building block to connecting and strengthening your intuitive knowing. So when you use discernment, this is more of that gut feeling, right? That immediate knowing this is for me, but I feel scared because I have this fear of the unknown, or this is not for me and I don't know why, and I don't need to know why. I just know that this opportunity is not for me right now. And to take a step back and allow that opportunity to pass you with detachment, right? Fully detached without, having to have shame around it or contemplation. We know right away if something is for us. Now it's how we work through that fear and how we overcome the resistance that is right on the other side of the veil. I call it the veil of resistance, right? Allowing us to step through that veil of resistance and into what we know is for us. So, two things to take away from the call today, from this segment today, is one, start to build that strengthening of your intuition by asking yourself every single time, is this opportunity going to expand me, expand my light, expand my consciousness, expand my knowledge, expand my soul's ascension journey? Or is it going to contract me and set me back and not align with where it is I want to go and who it is that I want to be? So those are the two things, expansion or contraction, and starting to feel like what discernment feels like in your body. For myself, in my body, discernment feels like knowing if something is for me, having that, well, I think I could do this, right? But the way that discernment shows up for me is if something is not for me, my mind will kind of get foggy and I'll get distracted. So it's kind of like my soul pulling me and saying, no, like we don't have time to focus on that. That's not our focus. That's not our intention. That's not where we're going right now. So I'll have like a little bit of a brain fog and I'll feel like this, like, oh, I'm just too tired to look into this program or this mentorship or this support space because I know it's not for me. But I do have to ask that question is, hey soul, am I avoiding and deflecting because this is for me and this is resistance? Or is this just really not for me, right? So is this going to expand me or contract me? And if it feels like contraction, I do feel that going inward of, yeah, no, like that doesn't feel like it's the right opportunity for me. And when I feel that expansion, I feel that excitement, I feel that little bit of anxiety of like, okay, I know this is for me. I feel the resistance. The resistance is because it's the unknown. And how can I work through this? How can I have that safe, supportive talk with myself? How can I support my somatic system and knowing it's okay to step into that next level and that next opportunity to raise our consciousness and our soul's ascension journey just a little more, tweaking it and attuning it just a little higher and understanding the difference. So it's just a journey of you figuring out who you are, listening to those inner voices. It may not be easy at first if you've been through a lot of trauma to decipher between the two. This is why I encourage you to find a mentor who who you have had others have experiences with, who have been referred to, who make you feel safe. Okay. Make you feel safe is a huge one. And take small opportunities, take small steps with them. You can jump straight into the whole thing if you're ready for that. If you know that that's for you, if you've trained that intuition, or you can find those small steps and those small ways to feel into and start to build that relationship with your intuitive knowing and discernment inside of your mind, body, and emotional fields. I hope this helped. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to connecting with you in any and every way that you desire possible.